Still in absolute shock and disbelief that I am an IFBB Pro. Oh my gosh.
Face front. Push on the hips just a little bit.
Nice and orderly. Orderly.
Got our first coat of tan. There's Sierra.
Sierra's holding the jacket because I think
Luckily, the tan line wasn't too long. We went straight in. And now we're probably going to go chill a little bit, let our tan dry, and then we're gonna check in with Coach in like 30 minutes. Tomorrow's show day. How we feeling?
good.
We're tired.
Okay, go back to your front pose. Keep that arm in tight. There. Good.
Hi, family. Oh my goodness. As you can see, it is show day. It's Friday, July 25th, almost 5 p.m. Oh, hold on, Kim's calling me. Hi, Kim.
Hey, did you get touched up?
No, not yet. Do you need me to come down?
Right now.
Okay, coming.
Come down, get touched up, because I want to get you a whole fresh coat in case you won your class.
Okay, coming right now.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
That would be Cindy Lamb and winning the class, and also IFBB professional card winner, Debbie Schwartz.
Off to dinner.
IFBB Pro. IFBB Pro.
Starbucks order this morning post-show. Venti iced coffee with a quarter splash of almond milk, 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, and 2 stevia. Fire! Oh my God. Hi, boys. Hi, Mimi. Still in absolute shock and disbelief that I am an IFBB Pro. Oh my gosh. So this is the Pro card and trophy, tiara. Mike got me this Wolfpack IFBB Pro patch. Even before he knew I was gonna turn pro, he's the best. My number, competitor badge. He also bought me this IFBB Pro hoodie. Rose from Mike and then roses from my friend Sierra. Feeling so blessed. This does not feel real.
Sorry, it's crazy.
This is the setup, hair and makeup by Janessa. This is the finished look. About to have our 4-year wedding anniversary photo shoot. Show you guys some clips at the beach. Bye. Hello family. It is Tuesday, August 5th at 6:55 p.m. We are over a week since show, so I figured this would be the perfect time to kind of wrap up my show day vlog and kind of my reflections. I've given myself a full week to kind of just fully recover, soak in what happened, and I wrote down some notes because I want to make sure that I covered everything with you all. But yeah, I think I just needed enough time to reflect because, to be honest with you, when I got my word, I feel like I was just in utter shock. Like, something that you work so hard for day in and day out, for it to finally come to fruition is such a blessing. And it's such a shock to the system. Like, you don't know how to process it. Like, in your mind, sometimes you think how you might respond. Like, I thought that I would cry, but I had this feeling right after I got off stage during prejudging where it was this like overwhelming feeling of peace. Like, I felt peace kind of like throughout the whole day, mainly just because I knew that I did everything in my power to bring my absolute best on that day. So I felt like at that point it was all in God's hands. So I just tried to stay as calm as possible. And when I got off stage for prejudging, I felt this like overwhelming sense of just like God's presence and just like his peace come over me, that I was like, okay, like, don't celebrate. I'm not one to kind of like, you know, celebrate before things happen. But at the very end of the first call out, I was moved to the center, so splitting center. So I felt optimistic, but obviously you never want to celebrate too much. I went back to the room with my husband. Obviously he was like super excited, emotional, but he was like, you know, like, let's not celebrate. Let's still keep it tight. Still stay focused. Go back, have your meal. I had a meal. I took a nap, which was great. It was a long morning. A lot of show days, kind of just like hurry up and wait. So waiting for all the fit model girls to go on and finally getting on stage and having that relief. But like when prejudge is over, that's like the hard part. So it's like, you know, all the weight is lifted off your shoulders. I went back, had a meal. I think I started to film, and then right after my nap, and I got ready, and I was going to do a little recap after prejudging with you all, but then Kim called me, and I'll probably put that in this vlog, and he was like, where are you? Get back down here. We need to like retouch your tan in case like in case you like get into like the top 5 or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I rushed down there, fixed my tan a little bit, and super blessed. I was in the top 5 where we did our routines. So we did our routines again. They didn't rejudge, went straight into awards, and it all was kind of a blur, to be honest. Like, when everything happened, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's an outer body experience. And honestly, like, when we were on stage, I couldn't hear the numbers that, or like the names that were being called, and I don't know if it was just because I was just like such in shock. Like, when they called third place, like, oh my gosh, I'm a pro, and then everything happened so fast, and then me and the girl that got first and second, we like were like accidentally swapped because we couldn't hear the names on stage. It was just like all a blur, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm a pro, and then it's like they just shoot you off stage. And so it was just like pure craziness. And then from coming off stage, the first person I saw was my coach Kim. Gave him a huge hug, went straight to my interview, and got to talk to Judge Candace, where she interviewed us. And then I'm trying to think what happened after. Lots of photos, and ended up going to this amazing dinner with my husband, Primal Steakhouse. Anyone who's in Vegas, amazing. Like, literally one of the best dinners we've had, like, bar none. Amazing service, great food. So that was an awesome experience. And then just got to celebrate with my husband. Next morning, we did the championships photo shoot, which was so cool. I've always wanted to do something like that. Luckily, my husband is the most supportive person ever. We had a flight to catch, so he ended up going up to JM and was like, hey, like, we have a flight to catch anyway, like, Cindy can get her, like, individual and we can move Bikini up, and he was so nice about it, which was great. I was able to join the Bikini winners photo shoot, which was super, super cool. I'm really excited to see those photos. Just such a blessing, and it'll go down in history. So that was amazing. But okay, back to my other little recap. It's been about a week, so I've had enough time to kind of like reflect on everything that's happened. I've let myself fully relax. I think this is something that I've learned kind of over the years, and honestly, maybe because I've been kind of going like full speed ahead since I came back to stage like in 2023, like with this goal in mind, with like a few kind of, you know, 2-month, 3-month breaks. I knew I was ready for a break, so I let myself fully relax. So that means like my central nervous system, my muscles, my joints, like everything. Like I just really listened to my body, where I was like, I'm not going to the gym. Like previous shows, I would be like in the gym the next day, like ready to go, like motivated more than ever. But I just listened to my body fully and like really let it rest, and went back to the gym when I felt motivated and ready to do so. So that was about, I think on Wednesday after my show, I went back to the gym for my first lift. Felt amazing. So that was like about a week, because my last workout was the Wednesday prior, and just kind of listened to my body, did a little bit of upper body, and then kind of have been going to the gym maybe like every other day. And again, just listen to my body, getting outside for lots of steps, fueling my body how I want to. I am certified from ISA, so I do have a nutrition background. I know how to fuel my body, so I'm just kind of following the same principles that I always do. Like I know what foods to eat, but I'm also allowing myself to kind of have the foods that I'm craving, because I think that's important to not always be in this restrictive mindset, right? Like I just put my body through so much stress, basically 5 months of prep where I didn't have any food off of plan, like literally to the T. I was on plan. So I just really wanted to let myself relax mentally, let my body relax. And I definitely think it worked, and it was super, super helpful, because to be honest with you, I think if I didn't do that and I was still in the restrictive mindset, I wouldn't be ready for this next phase in my off season. And it's also important to like feed your body and get your hormones back in a healthy place, because when you diet down for show, you're getting to like, you know, you're kind of like ramming your hormones into the ground. And I really noticed towards the end, you know, my sleep was being affected. I think it was just the length of the prep, to be honest. Like after the first 3 months, I was okay. It's just like those extra 2 months of pushing. Like I really think my central nervous system was fried. My muscles, my joints, just everything. It was just screaming for a break. So giving myself that full recovery, allowing myself to have those foods that I want, really, really helped. I feel like my hormones are in a better place. I have more energy. I want to go to the gym. I want to go outside. I want to move my body. I have enough energy to get up to walk in the morning. So it's been great, to be honest. Like I've been loving it. And I really just want to get my body back to a healthy place, get my hormones in balance. I'm going to get my blood work drawn 6 weeks after show, so that'll be coming up in the beginning of September. I already have my appointment with my hormone doctor and everything, so internal health is extremely, extremely important. So anyone who is interested in competing, even if you're not, like I tell my friends all the time how important getting your blood work done is, checking your markers, and I just want to make sure that I get my body back to a healthy place, so that when I do decide to step on stage again, I'll be in a great spot. And just in general, like I've been in prep for a long time, so I just want to make sure that everything is good internally, and I'm already feeling so much better. I feel like probably in my last vlog I was like, I'm barely making it. And then the next point here is just time with friends and family. I've been planning so much. I actually just got back from Yosemite with my family, which was a blessing. Just about a day and a half away. It's about a 4-hour drive from where I live, so got out there, got to spend some uninterrupted time with them, had some amazing conversations, and just got out in nature and just kind of move my body, being active as much as I can. I've kind of set a new goal for myself. I want to at least get 10,000 steps a day, and now I'm starting to implement. I think I'm going to do about 6 days of steady state cardio, probably just 30 minutes incline walking. I usually just kind of like check up on my emails or text messages at that time to make it productive, but just trying to figure out what that looks like. And let's see. Yeah, I also put here like pouring into others right now is really important to me, because during prep, it's a very, selfish time, because you don't have that much time in the day to do everything you need to do, and you always have to think, okay, what's the next thing I need to do? When's my next meal? How much water have I had? When's my workout? All of these things. And so I think now that prep is finally over, I'm doing the best I can to pour into others who have poured into me. So especially my husband, planning like date nights for us and going on morning walks, pouring into my poor little baby dog, Cody, who unfortunately my husband has been taking the brunt of taking care of him, and I feel so bad. So I've been bonding with him some more, spending time with my family, hanging out with friends. I have tons of dinners planned. I just saw one of my best friends this past week. We got sushi, which was awesome, being able to see her, and plenty more friend catch-ups upcoming, so I'm really looking forward to those as well. And then, okay, I met with Kim, my coach. I think it was the Monday after show, and I competed on a Friday. So I think for me, I was still kind of recovering. And then when we met, it was like, okay, like, well, what's the game plan? And I don't feel like I fully had enough time to process. I think when I came into the call, I was thinking, okay, like, I need a break. That's all that I knew. I needed a break, a mental break, physical break, spiritual break, the whole shebang. And after talking to him, I was kind of like, okay, like, what's next? He was kind of asking me, like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want a break. And I was like, okay, how about I take these next 2 weeks and I'm just gonna like relax, like let my body fully relax, eat what I want to eat, do kind of train and move how I want. And I'm going to start an official off-season program on August 11th. So I have 2 full weeks off to kind of like move how I want, eat how I want, and then I'll have a little bit more structured program with his guidance at the end of the 2 weeks. So fully taking advantage of these 2 weeks, and I'm actually really happy that I decided that. I think when I came to the call initially, I was like, oh, like I'll do it on my own, and which I fully can, but it's nice to have that accountability. It's nice to have that second eye, knowing that, I'm training hard enough, I'm eating enough, and just having that second eye, kind of looking at my physique, making sure that I'm growing, because the off season and what, Kim was saying is like, if you want to qualify for the Olympia, like next year, the work starts now, right? Like this is where your physique is built, and that's where I'll go into my feedback from the judges. So the judges' feedback was I need a little bit more fullness in my upper body and a tighter core. So that's going to be my laser focus for the next foreseeable future until I get on stage. I think I'm probably going to get on stage sometime next summer, so I'm going to take the rest of the year off. I have tons of travel, same with the first couple months of next year. I'll probably start prep again in April, so I'm going to use these next 7-8 months to really focus on those areas, build, train really hard, eat food, let my mind and body relax, and then I'm going to make a run to qualify for the Olympia, which is so crazy. And I can't believe I'm saying those words out loud, to be honest with you. Like, I honestly can't even believe that I'm a pro. Like, sometimes my husband and I we've been just driving around and we'll randomly just turn each other and we're like, Cindy, like, you're an IFBB Pro. Like, what? It's so surreal, honestly. And I think I'm still kind of digesting it. But it's a blessing. It really, really is a blessing. So that's my judges' feedback, and that's kind of the path forward, and I'm definitely going to be making a run to qualify for the 2026 Olympia. So the work really starts now, essentially. I'm giving myself this break, and I think once I get my plan, like, I'm going to hit it really, really hard, focus on the areas I need to improve, and I'll kind of share with you guys along the way of like what that looks like. But it's really like grind time, and I think it's also like a mind game, right? Like, oh, you're losing your lines and you're not as lean as you were in show. But I think just constantly reminding yourself, it's like, that look is not sustainable, right? Like that is months of work for like a couple of hours on stage. So taking that yourself out of that mindset of like, I'm getting myself in a healthy place, and the physique that you see on stage is built in the off season. So like, this is the important time. This is the time to let your body relax. This is the time to train really, really hard, eat the foods you want to eat, spend the time with family. And then that way, when you're ready to start prep again, you'll be fully there mentally and physically. So I'm really going to take this time to like fully relax. I think before, when like I was more of a novice competitor, it would kind of bother me, you know, like, oh, you know, you're gaining more weight and you don't look the same. But now I'm like kind of looking forward to it, to be honest, because when you're at the really lean state, like you're not feeling that great. So I'm already feeling a million times better. So to be honest with you, I don't really care. I just want to get my body in a healthy place, and I'm ready to train hard. Like, once I started to fuel up and I came out to the gym and I had that feeling of like, wow, like this is why I love this sport. I love to train. That is where the love of the sport comes from, is building. Like that is my favorite thing. So I'm honestly really, really excited to take action on this feedback. And as I wrap up this vlog, I do want to share some reflections that actually came up at dinner last night in Yosemite with my family. And I think it was great because we kind of went around the table and my sister asked, okay, so what are some lessons that you've learned from first half of this year? And I hadn't really, I mean, kind of I've thought about it a little bit, but it was nice to like do the exercise of like going around the table and each person say like what they learned. And I want to share those with you all. And then I also want to share one more thing too that we went around and said. So lessons that I've learned from first half of this year. So number one is there are no triumphs without trials. I think that's super, super real and important. I actually read that in my Bible translation, and that hit so hard. Anything that you want in life, like whether it's a goal, like a fitness goal, a work goal, anything that you're working towards, there are no triumphs without trials. Everything you do, it is guaranteed that there will be trials. So the more that you can go into your everyday life with that mindset of like knowing like, okay, when a trial comes up or a speed run comes along, oh, already expected it. And all you can do is control how you respond to that, right? So I think this prep, like there was definitely lots of trials, and I'm just so happy that I stuck to like my commitment towards the goal and I saw it through, because when you come out the other side, you just feel this immense sense of like, wow, like I did that. Like I'm so proud. And I also want to give glory to God, because I would not be able to do what I do without him. He gives me the strength to do it. But I think that's a big lesson that I've learned, is like trials are guaranteed and you will not succeed without them. Okay, number two is patience. Everything you want in this world, in this life, is going to take way longer than you think. When I first started this sport in 2018, I had no idea it would take this long. To be honest with you, I didn't really know like what being pro was. I didn't even know if I was like able to do so. I didn't even know if I was going to try and do it. But I think once I set that goal on like, you know, I do want to turn pro, it's going to take a lot longer than you think. So just having patience, it's one of the hardest things to have, but just constantly reminding myself like, be patient, good things will come, but it's going to take longer than when you want. It's like that old saying that people always say of like, tell God your plans and like he'll laugh or something like that. That'll make him laugh, because it's never on your timetable, it's on God. So just trust in him and be patient. Number three, this is a big one. As you get older and as you kind of like go after your goals, especially, you know, in this sport or just in general, your circle does get smaller and smaller. And I think it's good to observe this and kind of observe, you know, who has been there supporting you, whether that be friends, family, whoever is your ride or die people and your support system, they will bubble up to the top. And I think for me, going on this journey, and it's an insane transformative journey, competing, and especially competing for your pro card, and the fact that I was able to accomplish this is honestly such a blessing. But seeing who's been there for me has really bubbled up to the top, and I want to continue to pour into those people. And I just want to share this observation and lesson that I learned from the first half of this year. And then, okay, last thing, I know I'm like rambling on, so I'm going to try and wrap this up soon. But the second thing that we went around the table was, okay, now that you have the lessons from the first half of the year, what are your goals for the second half of the year? So mine are, number one, focusing on pouring into my relationships. So everyone around me, everyone that supported me, pour into them, pour into my husband, my family, my friends. I want to pour into my business, my clients, my job, just everything that's kind of taken, not a back seat, but when you're in prep, it's number one, right? Like for me, like I prioritize it and I take it very, very seriously. So pour into relationships, pour into others. That's going to be one of my goals for the second half of this year. And then being present, number two, being extremely present. I have lots of travel coming up, whether that be for work or personal. Just being present and enjoying those moments, enjoying those experiences, and, you know, staying off of my phone, staying off of my social media, anything like that, and just being present and enjoying the moment. And then number three is train heavy and eat. I put underline. This is when your physique is made. So those are going to be what I'm focusing on. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, got something from it, and I'm excited to share kind of like this next phase of what off season looks like. I have a couple of videos in mind that I'm also going to share on YouTube now that like the vlog series is technically over, but I can't believe it. I'm officially an IFBB Bikini Pro. I got my little pro card thing right there, which I'll show you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, night, morning, wherever you are. And thank you all for supporting my journey. And I hope you learned something from this vlog. So see y'all later. Have an amazing, amazing day. And I appreciate all of your support and all of your love. Okay, bye y'all. Here's my pro card. I got it framed. I'm probably gonna hang it up in our gym. This is my trophy from USA's and my crown. Added the competitor badge and my number. Such a blessing. Okay, love y'all, bye.